Alright, so I was taking a little break from doing some household chores, cleaning behind the couches. It's amazing what you find when you clean behind your couches or underneath them. Uh, yeah, there's like missing people under there. So I was like, I'm going to take a break. Called Ange. I needed to know where some Gorilla Tape was, and I asked her. I was like, hey, do you know where the Gorilla Tape is? So I was like sitting here, drinking some water, and scrolling on Facebook. And it's this page that I'm a part of is called Faith Recovery or Recovery in God or something like that. I forget. And the video that was playing was about this gangster dude in Anaheim, and he was invited to church, and he decided to go. And he's like, I was going into this church, and I got my gun on me. If this gets banned, this is pathetic if I say gun. But he has I have my gun on me, and the girl that was inviting him says, "Oh, you don't need that here. This is a good church, You don't need your..." Like there's never been a church shooting ever. So it amazes me when people get very rattled. And this is why I'm making this video, because people that I know have told me, they're like, you take your gun into church? Yes, I take my gun into church, okay? I even got kicked out of Calvary of Albuquerque, which is kind of sad, because they're like, So, long story short, I was concealing, and I had tight clothes on, so I had this little backpack, okay? Ange had a big purse, I had a small backpack. They searched my backpack, but not my wife's, which is funny because we both have ours, okay? And they saw that I had my firearm in my holster, okay? And it's in the bag, it's secure, okay? Not just free floating in there, so don't freak out. All of a sudden, tons of security just literally surround me and escort me off the property. And I said, look, I carry this to protect my wife, and I know that Calvary of Albuquerque, they carry, okay, all of them do. I know this for a fact because I used to be a part of the usher group, so I know. It's sad because I asked them, I said, can you assure me that you could defend me and my wife if something were to go down? And they're like, oh, we have floaters, sitting around all around the church. I'm like, okay. If somebody is behind me or next to me, can you? And they said the same thing. So I'm like, you can't guarantee that you could protect me. I can't guarantee I could protect myself or my wife, but I want the fighting chance. Okay, if something's gonna go down, I want a fighting chance to fight one-on-one with the person trying to hurt me, myself, and my wife. Make myself bad. Whatever. Everybody else is a distant second. Myself and my wife is first, okay? Everybody else, distant second. So yes, do I carry every single day? Yes, I do. Do I carry on me every single day? Yes, I do. In my house, I have it with me. Everywhere I go. I go to the bathroom, it's with me. Why? Because it's not like somebody's ever just like broken into a house before with weapons, okay? I can't just tell the bad guy that has a weapon and say, hey, give me a second, let me go get mine so this could be a fair one-on-one, okay? So yes, it's always on me, no matter where I go. And some of you might even freak out and flip out. The police officer is the one that actually told me about it, and it's because he said that he had shown up to a call where the homeowner shot and killed a burglar that had a gun. And he says, I felt I was lucky because I actually kept it on me that day. Normally he didn't. And he says he just forgot to take it off his hip. But he actually had it on him that day. This robber came in with his gun pointed, like kind of just searching the rooms, thinking nobody was home. So yes, I carry everywhere I go. If you see me, just assume I have it on me, okay? In a bank, I have it with me. Uh, to a degree where I can't, like an airport, federal buildings, stuff like that, obviously. But if I'm in a post office, it's on me, okay? Um, you name it, it's on me, okay? Go out to the bar, it's on me, okay? And I don't drink anymore, so um, the most they could get me with is just being in a place where I can't conceal. I forget the statute to that one. So yes, even places that I'm technically not allowed. And by the way, banks, yes, you can carry, you can open carry. Now they might have a sign on the door as their house rule that says you cannot carry. Now that I understand and I get that, but I still carry. Okay, my life. So, and I asked them one day, T-Mobile, you can't carry because that's their house rule. And I asked them one day, I said, why is that? If something were to go down. And they said, it's a liability thing. They're afraid of lawsuits. That's what they're afraid of. I'd rather protect my life and my wife's life than worry about freaking lawsuits, okay? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So yeah. Anyways, it got me a little ramped up when I heard that video, and you don't need that here. You're in church. I'm more likely to be in a shootout in a church than I am at a Walmart. Okay, so think about that for a second.